Okay, this entire video is being shot on an iPhone 14 Pro. From the looks of it, the quality looks pretty intense. बहुत खतरनाक. Camera upgrades is everything about this phone that you are paying for. Other than the fact that Apple does hardware and software pretty good, they have really worked on their cameras. I don't care about numbers because numbers don't mean shit when you see the result on screen. And it's visibly different. My last iPhone that I bought was 11 Pro Max, which was in 2019 when there was no pandemic, none of that shit. Nobody was infected. Now we're all infected. It's been 3 years since I bought my last iPhone. And when the 12 came out, I was really happy because they brought back that design from iPhone 6. And I was like, I want that shape. मुझे वो design बहुत पसंद था. I loved, it's just a better grip. The phone doesn't slip out of your hands. And I love having my iPhone without a case. मुझे case नहीं अच्छा लगता. Why would you buy a $1,000 iPhone and then put a $20, $40 case on it? That makes no sense. You pay for premium, you should feel premium in your hand. So I always wanted to carry my phone, but I was not able to do that in 11 Pro Max or even models before that because they were circular. They had this roundness to them and that could easily slip out of your hands. But 12 was square. You could even have the phone just stand on its own. You don't need a tripod or anything. But I didn't get it because it just didn't feel right to me, and I didn't have the money at that point. When you live in US, buying an iPhone is not really about money. It's about if you want to pay every month, because you can just use your Apple credit card and just pay an amount every month with no interest. So it's literally like the easiest thing to do. So you don't even have to be rich to buy an iPhone. You just have to have a job. It'll take 24 months to pay this off, but I can make small payments every month. So that's how that works. A lot of people were like, oh, you have money, you buy iPhone. No, I just live in a country that makes it easy to buy iPhone. Then iPhone 13 came out. That was a good phone. Cameras were insanely good. Chip was fast. Everything was great on that phone. I still didn't buy that phone because I was like, doesn't feel like too much of an upgrade. I don't want to buy it. I didn't buy it. My family did, my dad did, and I used his iPhone 13 Pro Max. It was amazing. I think at that point, it had the best camera system in any smartphone in the market. I don't care about megapixels. I don't care about sensor size. I don't care about, kitne high numbers kisi aur company ke hain. When I look at the screen and I see the result, that's what makes my eye believe. And now this year, finally, iPhone 14 came out and I decided to upgrade. मेरा रीजन क्या था अपग्रेड करने का was that this is the last year for that design, the square shaped design for Apple. iPhone 15 is going to be a different design. At least that's what the leaks are saying and that's what the news is saying. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro, what the fuck is this? What is, look how kitna bhar kitna aa raha hai. They are exposed, man. This. So I was like, man, I really love this design, and if this goes away again, I will not be able to have this for the next 2, 3, 4 years even. I'm using my iPhone 11 Pro Max for the last 3 years and it's still pretty good. Nothing wrong with it. It's a little slow, and that's what Apple does. I think Apple just slows your phone down when they want you to buy the new one. Maybe that's just a conspiracy theory, I don't know. And on top of that, they improved their already brilliant cameras from iPhone 13. 13 mein bahut achhe cameras the and they improved on it. So I was like, this seems like a good bet. And it has the new pill on top. I'm not calling it Dynamic Island because nobody wants to call it that and I don't want to call it that. So I'm just going to call it a pill. So I was like, okay, this is new. This is a little advanced. New hardware, new software. Let's see how that phone works. So now I've been using it for a couple of days and straight out of the box, it starts to heat up a lot. I guess that's with all phones when you are setting them up because it transfers a lot of data, downloads all your apps, all your data. So it makes sense. Garam hota hai. But it's still, if I do multitasking on it, it really heats up. And I'm using it without a case so I can feel the heat on my fingers. I'm like, okay, this is not cool. It shouldn't heat up like this. It should be able to handle these things like that. It's a $1,000, $1,100 phone. So here's the thing, using this iPhone, it does not feel that different from using an iPhone 11. And I know this, a lot of Apple iPhone nerds would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you saying? But it just does not. Especially जब मैंने iOS 16 डाल दिया iPhone 11 में, it feels very similar. It feels like I have all the options that I have in this iPhone 14 Pro, just a little slower. अगर iPhone 14 Pro की speed 10 out of 10 है, तो 11 Pro is at 7 out of 10, which is not bad. It's not the fastest, but it's not bad. This phone is brighter for sure. It has more brightness than the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but again, it's a trade-off. For $1,000, for $800, $700 after trade-in, do I want to pay for just a dynamic island and some brightness and a little bit of speed, just a little bit? So all in all, I feel like मैंने एक छोटा iPhone 11 खरीद लिया, brand new. Because if I buy a new iPhone 11 Pro right now, this is what it would feel like. Besides the higher, superior camera quality and the build dynamic island, it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, dynamic island is pretty fun. It does things that you don't expect and it looks cool, it looks cute, it's very awesome, but I have no use of it. So I'm like, why am I paying extra money for this upgrade when there's nothing too out of the box in it? So I think I have decided to return this phone and wait for the 15. So I will buy the 15 next year. Until then, I'm just gonna keep using my 11 Pro Max, which is working just fine. Yeah, just if you have an iPhone that is 11 Pro Max and anything above, you don't really need to upgrade to this phone. You don't. If you have something that's older, sure, you can use the speed, you can use the newness of this phone. Yeah, I'm not trying to review it, I'm just trying to give an opinion about what I feel for this phone. I've been buying iPhones since the first one came out. मेरा first iPhone was literally the one that came out, and like first day मैं उसको college लेके जा रहा था सबको दिखाने के लिए, and I forgot it in the taxi that I was going to, and I never got to show it to my classmates and everybody, and it was just the saddest day of my life. But point ये है कि I've been an Apple customer since day one. मैंने Apple phone के अलावा कोई phone use ही नहीं किया है. उससे पहले मैं Nokia का die hard वो था. I never went to Samsung. Samsung का True Eye, it was the first color screen phone that came out back in the day in the 90s, and I didn't buy it. So Nokia से सीधा Apple, and I've been using Apple since day one. I've used all their phones except for X, 12 and 13. It feels like I have jumped the gun on this one. I think I'm gonna wait for the next one and I'm gonna return this one. Although the quality is amazing, as you can see in this video, the quality is insane. I just feel like the next one is gonna be better. So yeah,